Hello guys, it's Richie here at Auto Lab Pro, and today I had a customer come in who had his truck towed here. He needs a starter in his 2006 Mercedes-Benz ML500, okay, also known as the W164, and it's got a 113 engine in it, believe it or not. That's a V8. That's one of the older V8s that they there's no longer in production, but it's a good motor. Okay, so this job particularly is not practical for the average person, but if you find yourself in a situation and you got to get it done, then I'm going to show you how to get it done. Now, here we go. So, being that this truck is 12 years old, we had to do a little slicing and dicing to get it out of here, this starter. Believe it or not, it's pretty difficult. It's just time consuming. It's not that crazy, but it is time consuming. Now, as you can see my hand, that's the starter. Also, you can see that I removed the exhaust on the right side where the starter is. Now, to get to the starter, you're gonna have to remove the exhaust. Now, in this case, I had to cut it because the bolts on the exhaust were too rusted to get a grip on them with any type of tools. But if you find yourself with a car that's not so rusted, then all you got to do is unbolt the exhaust from the manifold and pull the whole exhaust down. Now, before we go any further, just want you to understand, before you start doing any type of starter work on any car, starter or alternator on any car, disconnect your battery, okay? All right, so if you need to, well, the only way you're going to get to the top of this starter, which is where your positive cable is you're going to run a 13mm socket towards the front. If you can see my extension up there, so right behind the alternator, right on top of the engine mount, get you, I don't know, like a 6-inch extension with a 13mm socket. And as you feel around up there, it's kind of hard to see, but the 13mm socket is holding on the positive cable for the starter. Then you're going to need a 10mm socket with an extension for the signal wire for the starter. And that's that right there, okay? And if you can barely see it, that's where the positive, can you see that? Can you see that? So you got those two connections, your 13mm and your 10mm signal. Once those are disconnected, then you can actually pull that starter out. Now, what I didn't tell you and what you're gonna need is tools for the two bolts that hold the starter in. And I'm gonna show you those. Okay. You got one E14, that's the inverted 3/8 drive, inverted Torx. You're gonna need that. You're also gonna need a T50, regular Torx, and you're gonna need, what is this one? An E12, inverted swivel, okay? Now, the inverted swivel one is for the bolts that attach the exhaust to the manifold. Now, I want to show you something. What happens is, what I did was, I just cut it. I cut the exhaust right here, and then I was able to just pull it out. Like I said, it was rusted pretty bad, so I wasn't able to pull the whole exhaust down. So I just sliced it right here. I sliced it right here, and then I'm just gonna weld it back together right there, okay? So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. If you have to change a starter on a 2006 ML500, it's a challenge, and you're gonna need a couple special tools, but that's pretty much how you get it done, okay? Thanks for watching. Richie here at Auto Lab Pro. Stay tuned. Like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.